You still got your lozenge.
I have.
Hello, everybody.
Hey guys, hope you're doing well. We are struggling with our voices this weekend, both of us.
What have you got in your mouth, Lozzie?
I have a lozenger. That's what they're called.
Lozenges. I think they're called lozenges. Or maybe. Oh, I don't know. It's been such
I have a strepsil, okay?
He has a strepsil in his mouth.
How are we doing, guys?
Hope you're all
Hey,
doing
everybody.
very well. If you went to the Arnold's this weekend, we hope you had lots of fun. If you didn't and you were just forced to watch our channel, apologies. But
I think a quick round of applause for Auntie Liz.
no, I know.
Her work to put up.
No.
I saw what time you were staying up till.
Yeah.
Ignoring your husband and just focusing on
a round of applause for Lozzie and his patience with me while I'm there at 3 a.m. like this. But no,
it's been a long weekend, but it's been fun, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been really, really good. I mean, like those staggered sort of multi-day competitions, man, they're rough, aren't they? Like you think, oh, it's easier, but it's not. I think it's easier to go wham bam, thank you, ma'am, and do it all in a couple of hours. But it's been lots and lots of fun. Let's see who we've got online with us. T saying that they loved your podcast with Hooper.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Still got to listen to that. I did hear snippets when you guys were filming, but I was mostly ignoring you. Highlight of the week, the Shazzes are on. Aline, thank you for joining us. Now, massive well done to Team Loz and honorary family members Rauno and Alexi.
I was so proud of my team this weekend.
Yeah.
So we had Mitch Hooper winning the men's pro show. We had Kim coming 8th and Ryan coming in 9th. Both of those guys, there's a big step up for them. I mean, obviously Kim did Worlds this year, but this is his first real international other than Worlds.
Yeah.
Ryan Bennett is just improving all the time. That's someone to look out for in a couple of years. He's just steadily getting better every single time he competes. And then in the disabled class, I had Dave Walsh, who won the seated class and broke the seated deadlift world record, pulling an incredible 646 kilos, which is just mental. It's not a deadlift. It's not like a standard deadlift. It's a different lift.
Seated deadlift, yeah.
But it's still ridiculous.
Yeah.
I've actually tried it before and it's quite awkward.
Yeah, I imagine it is.
There's no way I'm getting anywhere near that.
I want to know more about the seat that he sat on when he's holding that.
That is a strong seat.
That is a strong seat, yeah.
And then we had Stephen Moore, who came second, absolutely smashed his competition, did PBs on almost everything. He was second in the standing class, and it's a tough class.
Standing one, yeah. He was explaining it to me. It's so interesting because obviously there's levels of disability. So standing one, from my understanding, because he has a lower limb amputation, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He is the most disabled you can be to be in that class. Like that's how he explained it to me. I don't know. So, but obviously you get a variety. So he'd say like visually impaired would be in that class.
Yes, yeah.
So,
honestly, it's amazing. I tried to go over and watch a little bit. It's so hard for me to be able to walk around the exhibition.
Yeah.
But I got over for about an hour and watched some of the stuff. The disabled athletes, all of them, every single one of them. You know, obviously I support my guys, but every single one of them are incredible to watch.
Yeah, they really are. John saying, I met Mitch Hooper at the Arnold Classic this weekend. What a gentleman he was. Mitch really is just the nicest person.
We spent a lot of time with Mitch and his friend. Well, especially his mum. She's come over to a lot of shows. Bonnie's brilliant.
Shout out to Bonnie. She's lovely.
But his whole family's really nice, and he's just a good dude. You know, he's so easy to work with. He's like a big kid a lot of the time.
Yeah, he is. Very smart, big kid.
Oh, very smart.
Yeah.
But just joking around, having fun. I walked into the athletes area just to check how my guys were doing. I look around and everyone's nervous. Like Kim's nervous, Ryan's nervous. I'm looking at
Ryan's sweating profusely.
I see Mitch. I'm like, Mitch is fine. I'll go see Mitch last.
Mitch is fine. Mitch is like, why is everyone so quiet? And then he's like, bugging Janash in the corner. Why are you talking? He's so funny.
He is funny, but he performed brilliantly this weekend.
He was he was so impressive.
If you guys haven't seen it, go and watch the super yoke.
Yeah.
500 kilos for 10 meters in 5 seconds.
5.14 seconds or something like that.
Like people keep saying, oh, how good is he at the yoke? He is the best there's ever been.
And that's a big claim coming from you.
Well, I could argue that I'm one of the best of. No, I can't argue that I'm one of the best. I could argue that I was the best of all time.
Yeah.
Kiliashkovsky could put an argument in there. But you know, I've got a good winning record against Kilishkovsky on super yokes. Mitch is another level.
Yeah,
He's really
he really
taken it
is
to an
incredible.
incredible level.
Andrew saying just watched Wonder Woman, aka Rhiannon Lovelace,
Rhiannon, Jesus,
break the open axle deadlift world record. The women are growing stronger very quickly. So just to make it really clear, Rhiannon competes in this the lightest weight category, under 63 kilos. Yeah, I'm not clicking. What's wrong? See, I'm just not here tonight. But this is the heaviest axle deadlift lifted by any woman of any weight. So just impressive as an under 63 in that category, but as an open weight class lift and record, it really is.
She's
incredible.
amazing. I do think some of the open women could beat it, like Lucy, I think could beat it.
I'm sure there are.
But,
I mean, yeah.
But honestly, regardless of that, it's just, you know, the amount of records that lady has now.
I think it's her intention to hold at least at some point every record. No, seriously, like every record, and to win every title. Monica, amazing. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, the hotel Wi-Fi wasn't bad, but I ended up tethering to my phone just because it was quicker, and I was a desperate woman. So, yeah, it was like, I have to get back. What else have we got? Evening, everyone. Evening, Alex. Well done, Moose, from Nicola. Thanks for joining us this evening, Nicola. You could see his soul leave his body.
Oh, we're talking about Evan.
Oh, God, Evan.
Yeah,
let's talk about Evan for a minute. That was so hard to watch.
So we heard about that last week, didn't we? And,
did.
You know, we didn't want to say anything. Obviously, it's up to Evan to announce that. That guy has just had so much crappy luck this year.
I feel terrible for Evan. I love or hate him.
We love Evan.
We love Evan.
When you get to know Evan on a personal level, you can't help but like the guy.
Yeah, we're lucky enough to know him away from the cameras. It's the cameras that brings out the Evan in Evan.
Yeah.
But he really is just a sweet guy who just
Strongman means everything to him.
Yeah.
Maybe almost too much. And I think I think he does need to take a step back and address maybe the way he's training and his aggressive approach to things.
Fill his life with some other things.
I think having some other things would help. Yeah. Because he's got so much talent. I mean, he's so strong.
He really is. Yeah.
But he needs to kind of just have those other things to distract him, take him away from just being that kind of sole focus.
You never want all your eggs in one basket, do you? And I know people can argue that that's what makes a champion.
But it doesn't. You know, you look at Tom Stoltman. Tom Stoltman's got his football.
Look at Mitch Hooper.
Mitch Hooper's a great example.
Yeah.
You know, even Alexei, though. Alexei studies. He's got other things going on. He doesn't just think about strongman 24/7.
Even though he competes really often.
And a lot of the guys have full-time jobs, which a lot of people come up to me and they're like, oh, I want to be pro. I'm like, how many hours all day are you going to train?
Yeah,
you know, realistically, 2, 3, maybe 4 if you're really slow and you just mess around in the gym for
a lot of guys, actually having a job, as long as it doesn't take too much out of you physically, it's actually better because you're more routined and disciplined with your time. You can become lazy very quickly if you don't actually have that routine. You know that from person.
Yeah.
But it is easy to, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely. I think when I was doing strongman full time, I actually got more depressed.
Yeah, because you don't have much filling your days. You need to be busy, don't you?
You do indeed.
Busy mind as well.
Anyway, we wish Evan the best of luck with his recovery. He will be back. He's such a talented guy. Just needs to reevaluate things, and he will be back. He's got so much potential.
Yeah. Ed Al, thank you, Liz, for the comp videos. It was almost like having a live stream. Well, as soon as the guy, because there were people filming where I was like, Cerberus are filming their athletes. They're doing that. And I was like, is anyone actually putting this out anywhere? No. Is it all right if I put it out? Just because people are desperate to see this. And they're like, yeah, upload whatever you like. I was like, awesome, cheers, mate. And I can't thank Ant Brown and the whole team, like CA Promotions, enough, because they were so accommodating to me. Jack Newsham was like, here you go, Liz, here's your media pass, go anywhere you like. And I'm not going to be at the front of the stage, like getting my big bum in people's way or anything. I still try and be a bit reserved, but they made it so easy to me for me. So thank you to them, because it helped me bring the content to you guys.
Look at that. That's lovely, isn't it?
Let's all acknowledge. Thank you so much, Nicola. I appreciate you guys, We all want to see it, don't we? And I would hate, like, imagine if you look at it from Mitch's perspective, if the only record he had of this was snippets of mobile phone footage. So I'm going to make a video for Mitch, his behind the scenes, all of his events, and put that together for him to have and keep for his YouTube, because he deserves it. You know, he should have that record for himself, his first big international win.
Absolutely.
Sorry about my voice. I sound like I spent the Arnold smoking. Like I was just out back or something. Fred, thank you so much for the very generous super chat. Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Hope all is well. Great job, Liz, and congrats, coach. Monica drove by yesterday, but you didn't wave back. What? Fred did a drive-by on you, Monica, and you didn't wave back? I need more context.
We need
here.
to Monica, Fred, let us know what's happening here.
Yeah, what's going on? So, click, there you go.
Was so impressed by Kim's overall performance. Kim was really good. He's been known as a big deadlifter, and he's starting to show that he's got, you know, real capabilities in other events. His stones are extremely good.
His stones were so good.
You know, his training on stones is really good. He's only got a couple of stones, so we're often
Stefan Solvi donated some to him, didn't
just
he?
recently.
Yeah.
But we often just get him like doing stones from the knees up to chest, just getting strong at that kind of movement. And this was a real chance for him to put it all together. And he was like one of, was it 4 or 5 guys that managed to do all the stones. The last stone was 200 kilos, 440 pounds. You know, some real great stone lifters couldn't do all 5. And he put in he beat Novikov.
Did he?
Yeah.
It's very good. Very good. Yeah, Kim was great. He struggled a bit on the yoke, but that's a weakness, isn't it? So.
Yoke is something we need work on. It's not an event he's had much practice on. But yeah, he did well overall.
Yeah. Yes, please listen to Certified Blockhead. Show your support and your thanks by hitting the like button.
Did he helps us.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
How was my grip ever any good with a thumb like that? All right, I'm putting it away.
Yeah. And Nicola makes a very good point. We mustn't forget great commentary from Uncle Loz.
And Dale.
And Dale. Those two worked so hard all weekend. Yesterday especially, they got there at 8 a.m. to start the deadlift, like the novice deadlift championships or
amateur deadlift, yep.
Yeah, that was it. At 9 a.m. Then it was straight into the Dinny Stone Walk and the women's competition throughout the afternoon, and then it was straight into the evening show. Like they didn't stop.
Yeah, well, I got to the venue at about 8:15.
Yeah.
And I think I got back to the hotel about midnight.
Yeah, it was about midnight. It was such a long day. And like the hotel, it was within the vicinity of the NEC, but anyone who's been to the NEC knows how massive the grounds are. So it was still a good mile walk, wasn't it? And it's very difficult through the convention with lots of Strongman fans. So you can't really go anywhere or do anything, can you?
It was good.
It was good. Good evening, Derek. Evening, Loz and Liz. Thanks for the superb Arnold's video. It's great to see Rauno on the podium and Mitch smashing it.
Rauno was brilliant.
Rauno was so good. I'm so happy for Rauno because he's had some bad luck this year. Like late last year, he blew his quad and he was really worried about that. He had like a big hole in the muscle. Yeah. It wasn't looking good. Then just before Europe's, like he'd got his body back together again, but then he caught COVID just before Europe's and had some bad luck there.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Monica's reply to Fred here.
Fred, next time, give a heads up. I'll stand by the highway waving at everyone to drive. Oh, right. I'm guessing he drove past her city or wherever. Okay. Not her actual house. Oh, I'm glad actually. I was a bit worried. Like, driving by what? Yeah, Catherine. Then congrats with Mitch, and Rauno had a really good comp too. I feel like Rauno's performance has been overshadowed slightly because Mitch did so well, but I'm
going to address this very quickly because obviously in the morning of the start of the Arnolds, there was posts going up from different sides.
Yeah,
I don't really get too involved with politics. I mean, someone came up to me and said, "Oh, are you devastated that Arnold's not coming?" And I was like, not really. I'm not here to see Arnold.
Well, no.
But I can understand why people would be if they've paid money to see Arnold. Now, I don't know the facts because both sides have different stories going on. All I care about is that the people that I know and like the Strongman and, you know, the sponsors and everyone involved, as long as everyone gets paid what they should be paid, then it was a great exhibition.
Yeah.
I think people have enjoyed it. And as long as money is paid and in 2 weeks' time, everyone gets what they should and no one's complaining about it, then, it doesn't really matter to me if they change the name to something different.
I think what will happen, though, it might just end up, if there's poor relationships there, it might just be a different license holder in the future. I have tried explaining this because, I was calling the videos what they were. This is this from the Arnold UK 2022. People are like, can't call it that. It's now the experience with sports. No, the experience with Arnold is a meet and greet, which is part of the Arnold Sports Festival. They were the ones who dropped the name Arnold out of it because Arnold wasn't coming. And I don't know, like maybe just because that makes it really clear that Arnold's not coming for the meet and greet, but the name Arnold didn't drop out of the sports festival, did it?
It's I was there as a commentator for the Strongman show. I'm not involved with the organization of the event, or even the organization of the Strongman show.
No.
I want to make sure my friends, which is most of the competitors, a lot of people that were at the expo, as long as they've had a great weekend, as long as fans have had a great weekend, and as long as people do get paid, then I don't care what goes on. It's not my business.
No, it's very true. Here we go. Let's speak to Mary. First time I made it onto one of these lives. Thank you so much for everything you both do for the sport. Loz is a living legend, and the knowledge of Liz knows no bounds. Thank you so much,
Thank you very much, Mary.
And we're glad you were able to. Oh, look. I see you in 2 weeks. Couldn't possibly say, Alex. Maybe he's just, tourist. I couldn't possibly say. I feel bad you're doing a live. Oh, it's fine. It's not painful or anything. It's just gone. Voice is just gone.
My voice went yesterday and I still managed to get through today.
Oh my goodness. On the video of Rhiannon deadlifting, I sound like a bloke shouting for him, like, oh, thinking, hopefully they'll just think it's someone else who's close to the camera and not realize that that's me. Met Mitch in Cardiff. He's a delight. Mitch is a delight. And what you see is what you get. He doesn't put anything on for the camera.
He's the same off camera as he is on camera.
And he's like it all the time, isn't he? Thoughts on Zadrunas' performance?
He did very well on the stone carry.
Very, very good. I thought he did quite well on the yoke as well, to be fair.
The yoke was solid.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Zadrunas is not the man he used to be. There's no arguing that.
It's not the athlete he used to be.
No. That's what, I'm talking about strongman.
Yeah.
That's it. When I say that, we're just talking about strongman performance. But he's not. I find it hard because I'm a big Zadrunas fan. To me, Zadrunas is the greatest of all time. So seeing him perform like that, as a fan, I find it hard. It's like watching your favorite boxer who was, watching Muhammad Ali get beat by lower level guys that, in his prime, he would have beaten easily. To see Zadrunas struggle to pull a 370 deadlift, perform poorly on the throwing, poorly on the dumbbell. These are events he would have just blitzed in his prime. So it's hard to watch. But if he's happy, then who am I to question it? I feel opportunities should sometimes be given to up and coming guys. But Zadrunas is an incredible athlete. He's done some amazing things, and he still has moments like those stones where he does put on something very impressive. He almost finished that run, and only one athlete managed to do that.
Yeah, that's true. Heidi Forrington, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for all the hard work and coverage. Thank you,
Heidi. It's nice to see you on here.
Appreciate you. The coverage you did for the stones was great. We saw every lift for each athlete. I've done it for every single event of the pro strongman. So for those of you who are like, where can we watch it? Is there a live stream? There was no live stream, but I did film every pro man do every event, so you can see all of those on our channel.
There was just too much going on to record everything.
I couldn't because I had to do the behind the scenes of the men. So I would have needed a staff of 2 other people.
You've got some of the record stuff today,
and I've got a video going out tomorrow, which is the behind the scenes from yesterday. And I've got some of the women's events when they were competing at the same time as the men. So I've got like Farmers Walk and the Stones and stuff like that. So look out for that one tomorrow. Where are we? Bob, you did a super chat, but you didn't get your super chat comment in. So we will keep a lookout for you, Bob. Fred, thank you so much for the super chat. Monica lives near 180, which I drive on a lot. What is membership gifting? Membership gifting, I believe, is where you can buy someone a membership to a channel for a month or however long you like. So if someone's like, oh, I'd love the member benefits, but I'm poor, you could say, oh, mate, I'll pay for it for you. It's like that, yeah. I don't know why I create these characters and act it out, but yeah. There we go. How do I change the amount for a suit? I have no idea. Sorry, guys.
I think you just there's options in the chat section. There should be options at the bottom.
I've never done a
I've
super
done
chat.
some
You've
super
done
chats
them,
for other
haven't
channels.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. There, you figured it out, Nicola. Thank you so much for the super chat. Just wanted to say thanks for the coverage.
Thank you very much.
We're
Nicola.
glad you all enjoyed it. I did my, it's not a live stream. It's not close, but
you did a great job.
Hopefully it was okay.
You did a great job.
You're very sweet. Anthony, thank you so much for the super chat. Seeing Rauno do well with a bonding trip with his daughter as his handler and videographer is awesome. Seems like a genuine guy and loving father. Good on them both. They have a great relationship.
We love both of them, don't we?
Yeah, they're very sweet. Her time is split between Rauno and her mum, and they're very close, aren't they? Yeah. Very nice. And she's great. She does everything, like just at the competition, like not in real life. She doesn't do everything for him, but she's been around it for so long. She knows what he needs and can help him with stuff. And she trains herself.
And it's great seeing Rauno do what we know he's capable of.
Yeah, definitely.
Because
he's not just a deadlifter, is it?
Rauno has been around as long as Adrunas.
Yeah,
he's been doing this a long time, and there was a period where Rauno was winning a lot of competitions. Beating the likes of Kiliashkovsky in competitions, JF Karan, all these kind of amazing athletes. Yeah. And then he's just had a bit of bad luck the last couple of years where getting injured, and he's older, I guess, but he's come back, and now to start doing well again, getting on podiums at 40 plus is quite amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Third place. Fuck you. He is a bit like that, isn't he? Love your Arnold's videos. My favorite part was Rauno saying, my new friend when talking with Mitch. Do you know what? Those two are quite cute together, aren't they?
I feel like we have created that friendship.
Yeah, I feel like if you weren't friends with Mitch, Rauno maybe wouldn't like Mitch. He'll take to you or he won't, and there's nothing you can do about it. He's I don't know. They're funny together because they're about so quite a lot different as well, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't know. You wouldn't have seen it. After the throwing, Mitch said to Rauno, "Oh, you did surprisingly well in that. You didn't think you would." And he goes, "What?" And Rauno goes, "This. I practice this fucking every time." And you know what Rauno is like? He knows he's a good thrower, and he gets animated. He's funny.
I was indeed getting tips from Monster Michael Todd. It was nice to spend a little bit of time with Michael, and we may well be going out to see him when we go to the States.
Yeah, straight from the Rogue Invitational. We've been invited to the Monster Factory.
Yes.
We're going to come out looking like monsters. I'm going to be pumped. But no, they're really sweet. While in between the afternoon show and the evening show, we spent quite a lot of time with Michael and his wife, Rebecca. Yeah. They're really, really nice. I really made a joke. Yeah. They're like the arm wrestling version of us.
Yeah.
So it's quite funny.
There's Chloe.
Where is Chloe? Yeah. There she is. Let's get Chloe. Under 73 kilo. No, under 70.
Yeah. Under 73.
3 kilo champion Chloe Brennan. Well done, Chloe. You guys are troopers coming on alive after such a busy weekend. Legends. Bless you. Congratulations, Chloe. You were
Chloe
awesome.
Was awesome. Yeah. She always is.
Yeah, she always is.
Her yoke is awesome.
Everything about Chloe's awesome. She's just and this was her first step up as well, international level, the next weight class up. So, and she won the competition. So I'm really looking forward to seeing her do the weight class up at OSG this year. Yeah. Big Z will always be the best. It hurts.
Big Z was happy, like I said, for me, it's disappointing watching him when he's like, I'll tell you a story. Like I beat Zadrunas a couple of years ago. For the first time. I can't remember when it was, and I was disappointed because
Yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't beating Zydrunas. It was beating like Zydrunas past his prime. You know, I couldn't say I was beating Zydrunas like at his best or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I know lots of people look at it at different ways. I know for a lot of the younger up and coming guys, it's the fact that they can compete against Zydrunas is great. But even guys like Mitch didn't realize how good Zydrunas was. And I'm there showing him videos of Zydrunas when he was in his prime.
Yeah.
And wow, he was amazing.
Zydrunas
But
rules.
Zydrunas he's happy, he's smiling. And he said he was going to be here anyway on stands. And he said standing on stands all day is pretty tough. So why not just compete?
He can sit down out back then in between events.
Yeah.
I did a full interview with him about his new beard. Some of you might be pleased to hear. That's going to be on the video that goes out tomorrow, the behind
Also,
the scenes.
I will give him a little plug because Zydrunas has asked me to mention the World Loglifting Championships that he's running. I think it's the second weekend or first weekend in October.
It's the same weekend as Giants Live Glasgow.
It's in Ipswich.
Yeah.
And it is
8th
and 9th or 8th or 9th of October. I will on Instagram. I'm going to put a post up for him. Jack is doing it.
Okay.
My Jack.
So can people go and watch that?
I believe so.
Yeah. And meet Zydrunas and check out his new beard.
Yeah.
So that would be really good. Paris there saying, I loved your podcast with Mitch. I feel like I learned a lot about you and have eternal love and respect for how you live your life and look to lead my life as a parent, husband, and man.
Thank you very much, Paris. It's very kind.
Very nice.
It was interesting to go because obviously, like, Mitch and I are friends now. I'm his coach. He's become a friend and a client, but he has to do an interview with me. I'm usually doing the interviewing, which is kind of weird these days. And he didn't want to ask normal questions, which was actually really nice.
It was refreshing.
Sort of, I kind of went quite deep into some personal things, and it's things that are quite hard to talk about sometimes as well. Yeah. But when you sort of just sat talking to a friend, it feels a bit easier. Doesn't it? If you haven't seen it, make sure you go and check out his podcast because he's delving deep into the person, not just how they kind of were a strongman and stuff like that, but he's trying to find more about the person. I find that quite interesting.
Very similar as well. Yeah. How did you get into it? What was your inspiration? So it's refreshing to see something new. Gary's saying that anything of that contest I saw on this channel. I think there will be more that comes out, but obviously when it's happening, that's when people want to see it. And the promoters were happy for us to film, upload anything we want. So yeah, we did. Because otherwise it would just be sort of Instagram stories and stuff like that. And like we said earlier, it's nice for Mitch to have that record of what he's done. Good question there from Ainsley saying, did anyone's performance pleasantly surprise you both this weekend?
Did anyone's performance surprise me?
I think Parr in fourth. And I know Parr's capable, but since his second place at Britain's Strongest Man, way back in February, like he's not had, the best year for him, I guess. So I thought Parr did really well to take fourth there.
Yeah, Parr was really solid. And I thought the events were going to be good for Parr.
Anyway. Yeah, you did say, yeah.
I thought Gav started really well, but faded towards the end. I'm not sure what happened towards the end, but he was looking good. I thought Gav could potentially get third place.
I'm so happy for Gav on the throwing on the.
That was great to watch. And there were so many fans of his as well.
I love Gav's celebrations as well because they go on for ages, and like the curly hair and the moustache. I see lots of comments. What a beautiful man!
He's a great character, isn't he?
He's just such a lovely, lovely person as well. He's so wholesome, isn't he? I've never seen him annoyed or complaining. No. He's just a big teddy bear, isn't he? Yeah.
Shocks. I can't really think of any shocks.
Not really shocked, but pleasantly surprised, I guess. I think as Rauno's dumbbell, because he was genuinely scared he would not get one rep with 100 kilos. Training hasn't really got, he just doesn't bloody train. It doesn't help because we were there in June and he was avoiding dumbbell like the plague when I was wanted to do it. So, that was good for him.
Yeah, that was good. It was just
and it kept him on the podium as well.
Yeah.
It was really important. He got 7.5 points out of that. But other than that, Mitch's performances were brilliant, but they weren't a surprise, were they?
No, I picked Mitch out to win the competition. I thought it'd be a closer battle between him and Novikov. Literally, we kind of sat down beforehand and planned out where we thought people would do well. So the deadlift was one where going later was a big advantage.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I think Alexei could have done more. But when you've got to go out there and just push as many as you can, knowing that Rauno's coming up, Rauno is going to win the deadlift. He's just
he'll do what he has to do.
Because he's not quite as good as Mitch and Alexei all round.
He had to win.
It's like it's a personal thing for him to win the deadlift.
Yeah.
So then Mitch had the advantage of going after Alexei, and Alexei hadn't pushed to the absolute limit. He was up against Rauno. He knew Rauno was ahead. He was like, right, make sure I secure second place and just let Rauno go. And so that kind of worked out perfectly. The yoke, we expected him to win, but not in the fashion that he did. That was just incredible. We expected Alexei to win the dumbbell.
Yeah, which he did.
Then it was the stone carry and the throwing that were the real question marks.
Yeah.
They were the ones that were hard to really predict.
Yeah.
And Mitch was whinging like a baby before those stones.
Like, you can see the genuine concern on his face. That first time he tried hook grip, he was like, oh no, this is what I'm going to have to endure.
I don't like, Mitch is an incredible athlete, so it can make you look like a great coach when you get an amazing athlete. But I did help him a lot on that event.
Of course.
Because I got experience on such an event.
And he listened, and that's important.
He was like, hook grip hurts too much. I can't do hook grip. Because he didn't even have rings to train on. He was training a hook grip on farmer's walk handles. And I was like, you have to go over hook grip. I said, I don't care how much it hurts.
Yeah, you have to
go with the hook grip. And we had some guys that were like, oh, I'm really strong in grip. Like Paul Smith. And I think Paul regretted it.
He does.
Because Paul's got an amazing grip.
Yeah.
I have an amazing grip, and I would still go hook grip on an event like that because the hook grip, it's still grip strength is important, but it's locked in with a hook grip. Whereas with a normal grip, those rings, as soon as they move and bash onto your legs, your hands will just open up slightly and start moving.
Yeah.
And then eventually you'll get to a point where you just can't hold it. Whereas the
hook
grip, it's agonizingly painful, but it doesn't move.
All that weight on your thumb.
So
for anyone who doesn't know what a hook grip is, the bar goes there and then you get your thumb right in and then it's pulling on your thumb, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very painful. You've got to be tough. And like I said to Mitch, it's agonizing in training. You can't really push yourself to the limit in training.
No.
But in competition, you block that pain out. And he said he didn't even feel the pain till the end because so many people cheering you on, you don't.
And then afterwards on the mic, he's like, ah.
You do. Afterwards, it's like, that's when you feel the pain.
Like the blood comes back. Yeah.
But he performed, like, you tell Mitch something once and he just picks it up.
Yeah.
I was making sure he needed to make sure he kept his hips through, because if those hips shoot back, the stones shoot forwards. So I kept reminding him of that when he's walking. And then I was just kind of making sure he's going nice and steady, because if you go fast with them, it's not like farmers where you can go off fast.
Yeah.
The stones just knock into your legs. And he just did everything perfectly on it. And that was where really he won the competition.
You requesting a Mitch and Rauno good cop, bad cop show. That'd be hilarious. They are a weird but funny comedy duo, aren't they?
They are.
Did Michael Todd teach you the King's move?
No. He was teaching me some much more conventional stuff, but trying to learn to kind of use my lat more and understanding positioning of the hands. We didn't really have much time to do, it was 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But I'd love to spend a couple of days with him and do some gym training and a bit of time on the table. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
One thing I found with arm wrestling, everyone has different philosophies and different ways of doing things.
Yeah.
So it's quite interesting trying to pick different people's brains and then figuring out what works best for you.
Yeah. Bearded Big C looks like evil Mirror Universe Big C. I kept not recognizing him. Like when they were doing the walkout, he was sort of stood in the shadows. He was just ahead. He looks completely different, doesn't he? With a beard,
yeah. So.
I said to him, I didn't know you could grow one.
He said basically it was just like he went somewhere without a razor and started growing a beard.
He went to the Shore Classic and then he went straight on holiday and didn't have time to shave, and it started growing and he got past that point where
bit,
and then it's like, oh, I have a beard now. Oh dear.
Thank you, Nicola.
Oh yeah. Is that about with Evan?
No.
Oh, sorry, in your interview. Yeah. Ignore me. What have we got here? Bronchop, thank you so much for the super chat. Can't wait to watch Hoop versus White Pavlo rest of the year. Yes.
Yeah, there's some battles coming on with them.
They're both going to be at Glasgow, and then they're also both going to be at the Rogue Invitational. So, oh man, it's going to be close between those two.
Well, I think there's other people as well that are going to.
Of course, especially at the.
I think the Rogue Invitational is going to be a real battle between 4 guys.
Yeah.
I think Wide Pavlo, Mitch, obviously Alexei Novikov
Yeah,
and
Martins,
Martins.
yeah.
You cannot count those guys out.
Never.
I would actually say Martins and Alexei will be the favourites,
Yeah.
with Mitch and Pavlo like the next guys.
What have we got? Sorry, just trying to catch up a little bit.
Novikov's performance is based on Liz's predictions. Kind of spooky.
I put him in 4th and he was very upset with me. I'm like, look, Rauno, let's be
Rauno,
reasonable.
no, I said Novikov's performance.
Oh, it's based on
Yeah.
Liz's predictions. Yeah.
You said Rauno would be 4th, yeah.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
then he
Novikov.
kind of had a go at you.
He always
But
does.
then he's like, I'm only joking.
Right. I know he's only joking. He doesn't have to say. Yeah, but I did think Alexei. I think like Alexei wasn't 100%, was he? Not, and that's not to
No.
take anything from Mitch,
No,
but he wasn't completely.
No, he wasn't.
Like, yeah, on form, really hungry.
I think Alexei is probably focused on the Rogan Invitational. But to be fair, so is Mitch.
Yeah. Alexei's a competitive guy, though. He never half-asses anything ever. But yeah, like I know he really struggled.
He picked up an injury on the leg press at the Shaw Classic.
Yeah, like in his abductor. Yeah. So he's not been 100%. And I think he was really feeling it on the deadlift. I know you said he could have done more.
Yeah.
But he looked in pain out back warming up for it. I know he always looks bad warming up from a deadlift, but he did look like he was in pain. A lot of people
have been impressed with Paul Smith. I've been impressed with Paul Smith for years, but this year particularly, he's really stepped up.
Yeah.
He's without question one of the top British guys now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Paul has amazing grip, didn't hook grip it, and he paid for it. Yeah.
And he realized that straight away. Like the interview afterwards, Paul was like, I made a mistake then.
Yeah, I felt bad for him.
He'll learn from it. Paul's a smart guy, you know. He'll learn from it.
He's never done the nickel stones or anything like that, so he hasn't had that opportunity. Short video recently.
People talking about your thumbs.
I feel weird now.
Ben Williams, yeah. Ben was another guy competing this weekend, new to international scene, but he's got a big future ahead of him.
Does anyone have better comp deadlift form than Rauno?
Rauno is a very technically efficient deadlifter. His body shape is perfect for it. He gets a great combination of drive through the legs and pull through the back, and
his lockout is perfect every time as well. Like if Rauno gets something to the knee, it will be locked out.
Yeah,
the limiting factor will be getting it to the knee. When
I think right now, like I don't really care for powerlifting and stuff like that, like the sumo pulls and stuff like that. I think Rauno's the best deadlifter in the world currently.
Yeah,
obviously Eddie and Thor have done more, but of the current lifters, for me, he's number one.
This is an interesting question. Who do you think will replace Evan at the Rogue?
This is a really hard one. I haven't got a clue.
Because when you go through the list, all the obvious people have been invited now, and they're either going, they're injured, or they've chosen not to do it, such as the Stoltmans and Brian Shaw. It really opens a door, because who do you think deserves it based on recent competition?
It's so hard. Like it really is hard to pick. It could be one of anyone.
Could be Sexy Pavlo.
Where the hell has Sexy Pavlo come from?
Reddit. That's not me. Just so you know.
We had nice Pavlo and wide Pavlo, and now suddenly, who the hell is Sexy Pavlo?
Sexy Pavlo is Pavlo Cordiaca. Well, it's a toss-up between handsome Pavlo and sexy Pavlo. Okay. Both get thrown around, but nice Pavlo seems to have been dumped, seeing as wide Pavlo came back and was quite nice. Okay. So things are. It's an evolving situation. Right. Could be Rauno. Can you imagine? It could be. But
there's so many athletes that could put their name into that list, you know, and there's so many arguments for and against for all of them. Of course, I don't even want to get in the middle of that, because there's going to be a lot of athletes looking and saying, "Oh,
Timmy, you bastard!"
If I say something and it influences anything in any way, and then I get athletes hounding me, why didn't you say I should have done it?
Oh God, yeah, can you imagine?
Yeah, it's I'm staying well out of it, but it's such a shame for Evan.
Oh yeah, I feel really bad for Evan, because this was his first opportunity to do something that wasn't Giant Slive or World's Strongest Man. He hasn't done an Arnold or Rogue event before her.
Bron
so-
Chop's comment here is absolutely something I agree with. I think, based on the events that I've seen, Novikov is the favorite.
Yeah, elevated deadlift for reps straight off the bat. That's great.
Mm,
Moving with weight and endurance, an arm
yeah.
over arm, everything.
Like nothing, they haven't announced like everything yet, but
No.
from what has been announced, it really looks like it favors him.
We don't know what the overhead is yet, do we? There we go. Top 10 rivalries in strongman video when El Press Cat. Thank you for the super chat.
Top 10 rivalries.
Yeah, that's a good one. Who would we throw in there? Zadrunas and Brian, hands down.
Zadrunas and Brian, Zadrunas and Marius. Marius and Marius and Poundstone. Kaz and Jean-Paul Sigmarsson.
Jean-Paul and Jeff.
Yeah.
Kaz and Jeff.
Yeah.
Kaz and everyone else.
Yeah. Eddie and Thor.
Eddie and Thor, yes, of course. Yeah.
It's
quite a few you could throw into there, yeah. Martins is great at peaking for competitions. He is indeed. And you kind of have to ignore everything he says and does in training because he always comes in shape.
Martins will be in shape.
Yeah.
But looking at the events that have been announced, they do suit Alexei if Alexei comes in shape as well.
Yeah, definitely. Hoping Ivers also wouldn't be sad to see Narrow Pablo. Yeah, that's another nickname for him, Narrow Pablo. Never sad to see Rauno. Haha. It's because Rauno is.
I've seen a lot of support for Rauno recently.
He's become more popular.
Yeah.
But he's one of those people, he's never he's not really a social media man, is he? So
he's trying to be now.
He is. Which
he's
is
learning.
Funny on its own. He's good.
Kiliashkovsky doing the Rogue would be cool, but he has pretty much said he's not going to compete till the Arnolds next year. From what I understand, he's training hard and is looking good, but he wants to really peak for the Arnolds.
Yeah. Last, thank you so much for the super chat. Mitch sets bar lower on frame. Does it make it easier to control? Will it become a trend? You always did the set for yoke. You go for a really low
that confused me.
Yeah.
If you're strong enough to go for a lower pickup, you have more clearance. And it just helps in terms of balancing the yoke a little bit more. When it's really long and close to the floor, there's more chance of it swinging or catching. So if you've got the strength to go for that lower pickup, it is an advantage.
Yeah. Paul Smith versus Gav Bilton to determine Britain's nicest strongman. If you're talking nicest, you have to throw Mark Felix into the mix as well.
I love Paul, but Gav's nicer.
Yeah, Gav is nicer. Yeah, I don't think Paul would argue with that.
No.
I don't think anyone. But Mark Felix?
Mark's lovely. Yeah.
You have to. It would be Mark versus Gav if you were going to have a nice off, wouldn't it?
but most of the guys are really nice.
They are, of course. And we're not saying Paul's not nice.
I'm not saying Paul's not, but Gav is
nice as
so nice.
Yeah, he is.
I've never heard Gav
say a bad word about anyone ever.
No. He's just a good guy.
Yeah, he is. There we go. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Loz and Liz. I've never been into sports, but finding you and your channel has pulled me in so badly. I can't wait for the next comp and coverage.
Thank you very much.
The next comp isn't far away.
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks' time, we'll have wrapped up Giants Live Glasgow. So, yeah, it's coming fast. Looking forward to that one. I love going to Scotland. So, any excuse to go there. Doug, is Luke Richardson coming back?
Yes, he is. He's training hard. I'm not sure when he's coming back. I would guess probably for Britain's Strongest Man. But I saw him a few months back. We'll probably see him soon.
Yeah.
Luke is an exciting prospect, and I can't wait to see him back competing.
Yeah. A few people wanting to see Ivers get the invitation. Ivers, Rauno, or Pavlo K. It's so hard to know who they might choose. They might throw us a complete curveball. It might be someone none of us would expect. So I'm not hedging my bets just yet, but hopefully, because is it an odd number now, presumably? And they're going to want an even number if there's going to be head-to-heads. Lots of people saying Pablo Cordiaca. Probably someone from the US, Jerry Pritchett. Could be for convenience sake, but there's still quite a lot of time to arrange an international athlete. So
I think we just got to wait and see.
Yeah.
It's I know it's fun to speculate, and I like doing that, especially when there's certain people I think really deserve a shot.
Yeah.
I find it hard to think of the most deserving next person.
Yeah, I do too.
I think there's lots of people that could kind of put an argument out there.
Yeah. And then, like, no one's jumping out at me as being really deserving, but not getting the opportunity
Yeah.
to step up as high as Rogue.
Yeah.
Like, I think anyone who got the invitation now would be quite lucky to get it.
Yeah. I mean,
does that make sense?
They need to have done something really quite impressive, I think, to warrant that invite.
Yeah.
I mean, really, I'd like to see Tom Stockman do it.
Yeah, of course we would. You know. Yeah, but in shape and ready for it and trained for it. Who calls him Sexy Pavlo on Reddit besides Liz? Bronchopped is lying and being a complete denier. Other people call him that. I got it from there. Julia's calling him it. I did not make that up. Julie agrees also.
Is Bronchopped trying to cause trouble?
I think so. Oh, we can't have Sexy Pavlo. We already have Sexy Alexi. I thought Alexi was called Socks. Then,
I don't go on Reddit.
And this is why. I will lose my shit if we get to see Rauno versus Alexi on elevated deadlifts.
That would be impressive.
It would be worth inviting Rauno for the deadlift alone, wouldn't it?
I would love to see Rauno on an elevated deadlift.
And then pushing each other to see what they could do.
They might destroy each other and be terrible for the rest of the competition.
I think Rauno would win.
I do as well.
Mm.
I honestly, Rauno is even better from an elevated deadlift than he is from the floor.
Yeah, he's got the $silver deadlift world record. He's got...
Do you know, I would love to have seen him do the Hummer tire deadlift.
Yes. At the Shore Classic.
Yeah. I think he would have pulled something ridiculous.
Yeah, he would have won that too. He's the best deadlifter out there right now. And I say he's third best behind Eddie and Thor. But I'd say in some respects he's better than them because he's good at all deadlifts.
He's an incredible deadlifter. Yeah. Like he's talking about doing the world record. That seems to be what he wants.
Yeah. Do you have footage? Yeah, so in the video that's going to go out tomorrow, I've got from each weight category the top two on the frame carry, the stones, and possibly something else as well. I can't remember. I've also got the women's log lift under 63 kilo world record video to make. I've got like a ton of footage and no time to edit it at all because it all takes time to render and everything else. So there is content.
There'll be lots of content coming out this week.
There will.
Yeah.
Who have we got? Oh no.
Different rivalries: Capes versus Kaz, Eddie versus Thor, Marius and Martine,
Rano versus Liz, Kaz versus the world, Brian versus Thor.
Yeah.
Loz versus Terry. Yeah, that's a good one.
People keep saying, "Oh, I should do bodybuilding." I've got no interest in doing bodybuilding. Terry looked amazing this weekend. I'd get my ass kicked.
Martins is the kid who says he didn't revise and then gets 90%. It's more like bloody 98% on the exam. Yes, this is a video that needs making. The Liz and Brian Shaw rivalry. Can you imagine? Oh, it's so funny that that's still a thing. Rauno owes you guys, you made him popular, Broncho. Rauno made himself popular with his dazzling personality. We just gave him a little bit of a platform to show it. I think it started in Dubai last year, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
With like the water park and stuff.
Rauno's fun. He's a good friend of ours.
Future rivalry is Alexi and Hooper. No, that is future, to be honest. You know, Mitch has beaten Alexi the last 3 times they've competed against each other.
Yeah.
And considering that Alexi is widely regarded as world number 1 by certain people like you, that means that Hoop's doing well.
Hoop's going to go up that list that I made earlier this year.
Definitely.
We'll do an end of year. Yeah.
Yeah, after this Strongman season's over, because we've still got 4 fairly big competitions, haven't we?
We have.
I'm glad Rano's shown his personality now. His old videos from 10 years ago. To be fair, everyone's videos from 10 years ago were like that. Yours are too, aren't they?
Terrible,
yeah,
terrible.
It's terrible.
My videos are much better when I'm not lifting.
Yeah, to be fair. Yeah, that's a good one. Ron Chopped would say future rivals is Hoops versus Wide Pavlo. Yeah.
I'm interested to see how Hooper does. How Wide Pavlo does in Glasgow.
He's gonna do well.
Yeah, but it's a different type of comp as well. Than, different events. We'll see.
Have you seen his dumbbell training?
No.
He's good at dumbbell.
Yeah.
Must be a Ukrainian thing. Then again, so is narrow, Pavlo. I'm going to go back to calling him narrow. Nice. So
everyone's gonna think there's like 43 different Pavlos competing.
Yeah, we've got narrow, nice, wide, bad, sexy, and handsome. Tom versus Mitch on the stones. Who wins? Tom. Oh, which stones though? Atlas stones or those
Atlas
walking
stones? Tom.
Yeah.
The
walking stones, Mitch. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy answer, that one.
Strongman's weird. Like, people think just because someone's really good, like someone was going on about Tom is unbeatable because of how he was at Worlds. Tom's got amazing events, but there's events that Tom is very beatable on.
Yeah.
And that's why Strongman's so fun, and it's so event dependent at different competitions.
Yeah. Callum, thank you so much for the super chat.
Oh, you know, even if I came last, I'd get a payday. But yeah, I'm not ready for that. We did a members only live last week, and I might have announced that I may be interested in doing another competition.
Did you announce it on there, or did you announce it publicly?
No, I didn't do it publicly. It was just on the
There you
go. I've got to. I need to talk to my physios and chiropractors, but right now my body feels the best it's felt in a long time. My wife is not happy.
No, I'm fine. I'm just joking.
But I am considering doing the Masters next year. Yeah. So I've got no interest in competing against the likes of Mitch and Tom and Alexei. Those guys are incredible. And the weights that they do in the big comps are scary. But the Masters OSG World Championships doesn't scare me so much. And I think I'd like to have one crack at doing it.
Yeah, why not?
I'm gonna make a final decision, because I'm still trying to lose weight till the end of the year. Going to be 40 in December, believe it or not. I know I look older, but I feel younger than I felt in a long time. My body feels good, and I need something to train for, because that's just the kind of person I am. So I've got 3 goals for next year. I'm thinking of doing a push-pull powerlifting comp just to get myself some strength up. I want to go to Scotland and carry the Dinny stones all the way across the bridge. And then at the end of the year, I want to compete in the Masters OSG and go there and train to win. I don't want to just make up numbers. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to go and do the best that I can. And even though the likes of Rauno could be potentially in there, it's the events that, like this year, I think it's like a 410 kilo yoke or car walk. That doesn't scare me so much.
Yeah.
500 plus, it gets more scary. Like the weights, I think this 150 kilo farmer's walk.
Yeah.
I can still do that now. Give me 10 months to train properly. I think I can get quite a good package together. I'm not going to try and get big again like I used to be. I'm going to try and come in as a good all-round athlete. And, you know, I'm never going to beat someone like Rauno on a deadlift, but there's other events that I can beat him on. So I'm going to try and put the best package I can together and enjoy a year of one last crack at a try and win a world title.
Anthony, thank you so much for the super chat. Liz just wanted to say you're doing great with the editing. Really nice job, especially the outro music. I know Loz can't be easy to work for. LOL joke. No, he's not. But thank you so much. Loz, like, he's great to work with because he comes up with a lot of the ideas for videos. He's like, yeah, do this. But like sometimes I'm like, do you know how long something like that would take me to do? Because he doesn't do that side of it. It's sometimes and like some of the ideas you come up with are horrible.
We'll move on.
Controversial. Yeah. Alprez Cat, thank you so much for the super chat. Could Mitch beat Brian Shaw's super bail tote time?
Yes, I could have beaten it, and Mitch is better than me at the yoke.
There you go then. A resounding yes.
I'll tell you why Mitch is so good. And, you know, I think most pro strongmen will agree with me on this. Because, you know, you look at Kilishkovsky, myself, Rob Kearney, Evan, we're all really good at things like the yoke. But no one can get to that top speed as quickly as Mitch can. He seems to be able to just accelerate straight through, which is unbelievable. Most of us take a few steps to kind of pick up that speed. He's almost at full speed after 1 or 2 steps, which is, honestly, I can't tell you how impressive it is.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe I was the best at the yoke at one stage.
Mm.
And I've competed against a lot of incredible athletes at the yoke. Like Zadrunas was really good. Rob Kearney is really good. Evan Singleton is really good. Kiliashkovsky's incredible at the super yoke. But I've never seen anyone that can just get up to that type of speed as quickly. And he's stable and he moves, you know.
It's like they didn't load it.
Yeah.
It's like you're still using the warm-up weight. It doesn't matter how heavy it is. It moves the same.
It's just immense.
A sight to behold. Ainsley, thank you for commenting again. I love the support for the strong women. How did you feel seeing the crowd supporting the ladies?
Oh, it's brilliant. I said this on stage, but since I retired, I've had the opportunity to really follow the ladies side of the sport, the under 105s, because most pro men, they just focus on their competitions. And to be fair, most of the pro women and the lightweight women, all of them focus on their own competitions. I've been in a situation now where I can just enjoy the sport. And I have to say, it's impressive. Watching what they can do is really fun. I am really excited for this year's OSG Women's Open.
Yeah, it's going to be stacked.
There are 7 or 8 athletes in that it's just going to,
it
will be the greatest female competition there's ever been.
Yeah.
Honestly, the standard that could potentially be in that competition is quite scary, and I'm really excited to go and watch it.
Yeah, me too. I was addicted to the women because I wasn't. I didn't mean to be, but like, you know, they're quite nervous. That's the biggest crowd, any of them, especially on the Saturday afternoon. By far, because the place was packed, every single seat, and people standing in the aisles as well, and they were all stood there waiting like to go out, and I was like. Effing out, there's a lot of people out here. And I was trying to get them excited. And they're like, I think some of them were excited. I said that. Top strongman rivalry, Colin Bryce versus his hair. Who's winning? No one. Don't worry, I'm not injured. It's just I've lost my voice a bit.
She was cheering loudly for all the athletes.
For everyone. I was trying not to. Sometimes people complain if I'm filming and cheering. They don't like my video show. I would like to see Pa invited to the Rogue, says Ronan, a very Irish sounding Ronan.
Yes, yeah.
I think Pa would probably, like, and no offense to Pa, don't watch this. I don't think anything he's done this year would warrant that step up to the Rogue at this point.
Yeah.
I think if Pa got an opportunity to go to the Rogue, however, he would do his absolute best to showcase the best.
Whoever gets invited is, you know, they're going to want to put in a performance. But now we're getting to the point where, what are we, 4 weeks away?
Yes, there's very little time.
So it is tough. And I think, you know, if Pa went, there's going to be a lot of people that will have arguments of why they should go above Pa. And it's going to be the same, whoever gets
picked.
Of
course. Yeah, there's arguments for lots of people.
I think Rogue are going to have to really, Rogue are going to have to really look hard and deep into it to decide who they take. Lots of love for Evan. It's nice to see people supporting Evan.
Yeah, I always hate to think of people like, you know, kicking him when he's down.
Byron, thank you very much for the super chat, Byron. I saw you at the Arnold's today.
Echoing what's already been said, but your commentary was brilliant this weekend. Listeners, your coverage has been brilliant as always. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, buddy. We appreciate the support.
There you go. Walking Stones, Kevin Ferris. Yes.
Kevin.
I can't wait to see him on it. Yeah.
He's coming to Giants Live, isn't he?
He is. He's doing, the Glasgow show. Yeah.
That's going to be good to watch.
Yeah, can't wait to see him in that. Loz at the Masters. Let's go. People getting excited. There we go. What was the crowd and the vibe like at the weekend? All the videos make it look pretty empty.
The crowd for the Strongman and Strongwoman was amazing.
It was. And I just think sometimes videos don't do it justice, or the acoustics of the room.
The room was absolutely rammed.
Yeah.
It was rammed full.
On the Friday afternoon, it's always quiet. You go to an expo on the Friday, it's the best time to go, to be honest, to get close to the action and not have to
Saturday afternoon and the evening show were just jam-packed.
Yeah.
There was no seats left.
Yeah.
It was very busy. Great crowd.
The atmosphere was brilliant. Like, the show didn't have like the razzmatazz of a Giants Live who have their sparklers going off.
Giants Live shows are the most. They're
really the only
well
ones who do that.
Yeah.
To be fair, like any Arnold's anywhere isn't like that.
I've got a bit of feedback to give the promoters and stuff. There's definitely things I think they can do better.
Definitely,
but
yeah,
I think the athletes have had fun. The crowd really enjoyed it. It was a great show.
Yeah, it was really good. Oh, Fred, thank you.
Thank you, Fred. You are far too generous.
Yeah, you should log off, Fred. Save yourself a lot of money. I really don't see many beating Mitch in the next couple of years. A few new guys will come up and beat him maybe 3 years from now. Lodge, you're not old enough to be a master. You say that though. This time last year, who was talking about Mitch Hooper? There will be many freaks out there who could.
There are always new athletes on the way up.
Who knows what's around the corner?
You know, there are so many young, talented athletes that are motivated. I said this to a lot of the guys backstage. There's loads of athletes that are at that kind of level. They're almost there. They can, depending on events, can all beat each other. And it's the guys that, like the Alexis, like the Tom Stoltmans, or, you know, the real pro guys that we see time and time again, you know, at the top of these comps. That's the reason they're so special. It's because you can chuck any events at them and they're still coming out on top.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, who was talking about Mitch Hooper 9 months ago?
Yeah,
none of us were.
No.
Maybe one or two people.
Maybe some people in Australia, where he was at the time, going, "This guy's going to be really good." But we hear that all the time. He is
improving every single comp that he does. But there's going to be other guys like that. You know, 2 years ago, you wouldn't have thought of Mitch Hooper and Wide Pavlo as a battle. Now, those two, you know, and in 2 years' time, like, it was only 2018 I won my last international comp. That's not that long ago.
No, it's
now
not.
I feel like totally removed from that kind of level.
Yeah.
You know, even Martinez says he's not got many competitions left. So
things change quickly in a sport like strongman, don't they?
And with the standard getting so much higher, you know, I think careers are getting shorter.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see the likes of a Zadrunas, who has like such a 20-year span.
No,
I think we're going to see
certainly not with the amount of competition.
5 to 7 years of guys being kind of, you know, really at the top, and then new guys are going to come through.
Yeah. Pad of the Hut saying, "Is Mark Felix allowed to compete in the correct master?" He is. I don't think he was ever not allowed.
Mark is doing the over 50s.
Yeah, and so is Nick Best, I believe.
And that's going to be great. And I actually genuinely look forward to seeing Mark in the Masters. I look forward to seeing Zadrunas in the Masters. When I sort of criticize sometimes for them competing in the open shows, it's because I feel younger up and coming guys sometimes deserve those shots. But the Masters, that's what it's there for. The guys that used to be great, they're
used to be great.
Yeah, I put myself in that bracket.
You know, you get to a certain age.
I'm never going to be who I was in my early 30s.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to. You can't rewind the clock, and most of the older guys have injuries. They've got you know.
Or they start to get mobility issues and stuff like that. Yeah.
But they can still do certain things well. Like I can still do certain things well. But as an all-round athlete competing on the pro scene week in, week out, I can't. No. I just can't. My body would break down. But for one comp,
you can
I can get in shape.
Lots of people excited. Matitude calling you Loz the Yoda of yoke. I can't remember where it was, but someone was saying Loz versus Rano at the Masters. Here we go. Pete would break the internet. Wow, this bit of it. It would break our internet. For those in the know, those people want to see you compete at the Masters, Lozo. And then you could tie capes for the most international wins.
Yes.
We could pop you up the list one more, couldn't we? You could tie with
Trey's got a comp coming up. He said he's going to bring another win home for Team Laws. Trey's a beast. Guys, if you haven't seen Trey, go check his Instagram out. He's an absolute beast.
Trey Godbold. There we go.
Training hard and getting better. We're bringing his weaknesses up. It's always been a good presser, but he's getting strong all round now.
When is OSG Masters next year? It's always in November, Nicola. There or thereabouts, isn't it?
You guys need to come and support me. We're gonna have a party.
We're all gonna have a holiday in Daytona Beach. Book your tickets now. Sometime.
We best confirm that it's there before people start booking tickets.
That's true. Yeah. Don't do anything. Ignore me. I know Mitch is best at yoke, but that bale toe is 200 kilos over the 500 kilos at the Arnold UK. genuinely don't think it matters. Do you?
I would have loved to have done the bale toe. Honestly, I really would have.
No, that thing, like
No,
career-ending sort of.
There was a time I would have loved to have done it.
Yeah.
Now I can't think of anything worse. But
Yeah.
I really wanted to do the Arnolds when they were doing the frame and the yoke at the same time.
Yeah.
It would have been a good competition for me.
Lots of people saying about the women's competition. What's wrong with Evan?
Evan has started a YouTube channel. So if you haven't seen, head over to his YouTube channel because he's just started it up. He's got a video explaining what's happened. Unfortunately, he's torn his bicep and he's pulled out, but he's got the video of what happened and an explanation of. Yeah. It's quite hard to watch because you can see how
the anguish in his voice. Yeah,
upset he is. You know, Liz has lived through me getting injuries, you know.
It was hard to listen to him sounding so upset. Yeah,
it's genuinely really tough.
Yeah, and Evan's such a heart in his sleeve kind of guy anyway, isn't he? Hedgehog, thank you so much for becoming a channel member.
Thank you very much, Hedgehog.
Reminder to you all that it's an option. We've got a couple of fun videos in there. We do
Liz singing, me singing badly.
Yeah, people are like, definitely not. Yeah.
Everyone's cancelled their membership.
Yeah, we've managed to get rid of them all. We sung them out. Oh dear.
There's more than just us singing on there.
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
and plenty more to come.
Yeah. I think. What's this? Byron saying, "Oh, got to agree with Fred, Loz and Liz. I think Mitch is more unique. You guys are the experts, but I can't think of anyone who's burst onto the scene." No, there have been guys in the past, like who rose to the top very quickly, like your Magnus Vers, but not in the first couple of months. Yeah, I don't think any of them were competing
in modern era. Like it's very unique.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in his first year competing
he's
on
in
the
his
international.
First 6 months of competing
on the international scene.
Yeah,
he's done. I can't remember actually how many comps he's done now, but since World's Strongest Man, he's been on the podium of every show he's done.
Yeah,
I think he could finish this year out going to podium on the next two as well.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, absolutely.
And then we're going to have a bit of an off season and he's going to come into World's Strongest Man ready.
Awesome. If you could schedule SG to coincide with October half term, that would be great. It would, but flight prices would be a lot more expensive. We've got to balance these things out. Brian just saying busy working, but wanted to say hello and an incredible weekend for you both.
Hey, Brian, thank you.
People going to go to Daytona Beach for you, Lozzie. Which of the big shows this year, World Strongest Man, Arnold Shore Classic Road, do you think had or will have the strongest lineup? Worlds. Because that's the one everyone trains to win.
Yeah. Worlds.
Like, you don't have the Stoltmans and Brian not going to Worlds this year because
every one of those comps other than Worlds. I mean, we could argue Kilishkovsky wasn't at Worlds.
Yeah.
But everyone else was.
Kilishkovsky wasn't at any of these shows.
No, exactly. Arnold's, Mitch Hooper wasn't at Arnold's. The Shore Classic, a number of guys weren't at the Shore Classic. Rogue, there's a number of guys not at Rogue. So, yeah World's Strongest Man is the one where everyone was there.
Yeah. I just love to see a bit of a bigger lineup at Worlds. But when it comes to the final, I just like 10 isn't enough now. I'm getting greedy. I really like this weekend with 14.
Yeah, it was good.
And I think having those extra points up for grabs and the risk of dropping that many extra points brings a different dynamic and it makes it a bit more
Imagine
exciting.
14, but 14 of the absolute best. Yes, not taking anything away from the guys that were competing this weekend.
Imagine the 14 best guys in the world right now.
Over 8 events,
because we don't get that anywhere, because like the Shore Classic is set up for it, but Martins hasn't done it. The Stoltmans, do you know what I mean? It hasn't happened and I want it to happen. Where are we? Is Mitch Hooper the only hope for a clean shaven World's Strongest Man? As long as he doesn't grow back that stupid
Zadrunas obviously was a clean shaven World's Strongest Man.
Yeah, but now, Lozzie, now. I still think of Tom as clean shaven. I guess he's got a beard. He's had a beard for a while now.
He's got like a beard, but you wouldn't really think of Tom as having a beard.
No, because it's like curly and it's like, blondish as well.
Mitch Hooper could be the thumb
Yes.
I think I'm glad he's got rid of the tash.
He became really superstitious about the tash, because once he grew that, wasn't even really a tash, more like an eyebrow, wasn't it? And once he grew that, like, that's when the podiums, because he'd made 3 podiums in a row, and he was so scared to shave it off in case that meant he wouldn't hit a podium.
But he shaved it off and he won.
And he won. And I was like, that just means you can never grow that thing again. And his mum and fiance would agree.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for that. So Mitch, if you're watching, stay clean shaven. Fred, thank you again so much for the super chat. I can't wait for Daytona. Hopefully I won't have a room next to these 2 randy Brits. To those who have asked, I'm 59 and at a point where I can spend money on what I love. And I love lozenges. That's so sweet. Thank you,
very
Fred.
much.
That's very kind.
We really do appreciate the support.
I don't know where the randy brick came from, but like, if you'll hear tapping and it'll be me editing in late into the night, but there
maybe
you go.
Me snoring.
Yeah. So kinky. Oh my God, their voices. Yeah, if you're referring to our voices, or oh no, is it the singing? Yeah, we've got strepsils. We're fine. We're not unwell. You best believe was sold on the singing content and has become a member. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, buddy.
Julie's saying, hey, Fred, you're spending it wisely. That's
thank you, Julie.
Thank you, Julie. That tash was terrible. It really was. It was. And not to be rude. I mean, like, I'm not really a moustache person, but the only person I can think that wears it well is Gav.
Yeah,
like,
Gav kind of pulls it off, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got that old time.
My dad had a moustache, and it was kind of weird when I saw him not, but yeah.
It just didn't suit me.
No,
needs to stay away. David Hale, thank you so much for the super chat. Love Loz's interview with Mitch, and I must say that Liz seems like a true guiding force for good for both the channel and Loz. Keep it up. You're my favorite team.
Thank you very much, David.
Very kind. We banter a lot, don't we? And
we do.
But yeah, we really like each other. And we like working together,
we
don't
do,
we?
Yeah. Different strengths.
Very much so, yeah. Yeah, Mitch said that he's back to thumb. Yeah. It has to be. Sorry, I can't afford a super chat, so I made a normal comment. Detective War Buffett. We never, ever, ever expect them. Ever.
We appreciate all the support that you guys give us.
If it's just a normal comment, a like,
a watch of a video, a like. Exactly. I mean, if you like and comment, that's brilliant. Yeah. You know, that means a lot to us. If you become a member, super chat, that's tremendous. So thank you so much for any support you can give us, but don't feel you ever have to.
There's no expectation. Hedgehog, I find gargling with aspirin works better than strepsils, and we'll try that.
I'm not sure gargling with aspirin while I'm talking to you guys would be too.
He'd have bits of foam in his beard. It would look horrible. Bad of that. When's the Glasgow predictions coming? I want to make sure the bloody lineup doesn't change again.
We need because there's still one or two athletes to announce.
I think one more.
Okay.
Oh no, two.
I think most people know one of them.
Yeah, but you know what? Eloa, he was taking the piss out of me. He took a screenshot of a thumbnail that I did a while ago of like, what an epic lineup. But everyone on that thumbnail was no longer in it. Alexi, Evan,
the original list has changed beyond recognition, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. It's still a great lineup, and I'm really excited to see these guys do these events. I think it's going to be a great show still, but yeah, it's nothing like they announced the lineup about 5 months ago, I think it was.
I don't know if it was that long ago.
I think it was, because I did a video comparing lineups and all this, and
I think there's only like 2 or 3 athletes from the original lineup, isn't there?
Is it? I don't know. I'll have to count. Late to the party, smash Loz's bottom. Oh, button, sorry.
What?
Sorry.
You leave me alone.
Genuine mistake. Did you accidentally scroll all the way down?
No, we were down.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah. Gav suits the tash. Z looks good with a beard. Yep, there's a beard interview with Z coming up tomorrow. Has Liz had a thumb war with the thumb?
Who did you have a thumb war with?
Dale.
Dale McPherson, yeah. 3D strength.
Yeah. He couldn't come close to me, could he? I don't think I have with Mitch. I will.
No, I don't think you have.
No, I will. I'll see him in Glasgow.
You have to take on the thumb in a thumb war.
Yes. Yeah. We'll make sure we film that one.
So should we get 5 more minutes, then we'll wrap it up?
Yes. Any last comments to come in?
But, yeah, I think so So we've got Glasgow in less than 2 weeks now.
Then
And
we've
then
got,
we
I
go
think, 3
Rogue
weeks.
Invitational.
Yeah. Then I can't remember what order it's in, but then it's like the team
We've got
comp
OSG.
and OSG.
OSG, then I
Yeah.
think the team comp.
They're both in November, aren't they? Danny, thank you so much for becoming a member. Yay, welcome. Enjoy your perks and especially your emojis.
We're going to need a Mitch emoji.
A Mitch emoji. Yes, we do need a Moose
thumb.
one. Yeah, it would just be a thumb. Perfect.
No, that's no good because I thought,
no moustache on it. Do you think Rauno?
A thumb with Mitch on it.
It can be like not just the thumb emoji. It could be a picture of a thumb, like my thumb. Oh no, my thumb. Do you think Rogue may keep the overhead a surprise? Says Blanchard.
No, I don't think they will.
What's going on with them? Because I would have thought the Rogue would have a max. And right now there's no max event announced. But I don't think you can release a late max event, can you? Can you? Shouldn't.
They shouldn't. If they're going to go for like a max event, they need to release it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know, though. It just doesn't really seem their style, does it? Does it? Do they do things like that in CrossFit?
For CrossFit, yeah, they do. Like the athletes will find out like on the day.
Okay.
But CrossFit, with the weights that we're kind of pushing in Strongman now, you want to see the best performances.
Yeah.
And for safety reasons, like a max axle, athletes really need to train that. You know, get the clean phase particularly is very bicep heavy. You want to be preparing yourself for those type of movements.
Yeah. Jackson saying, what do you think of the Dinny/Nicholstone compared to the Farmers as a test of strength?
It's very, very different from the Farmers. Farmers you can move very, very quickly with. With Dinnies and Nicholstones, you just can't. Although it's the same sort of muscle groups, it's a much different type of challenge. With the Dinnies and the Stones, you've got to really focus on controlling them. With Farmers, you can just be fast. You can move quickly. It's easier to have wrist control and control the implements. They're also not like the Stones will just be against your legs, whereas you can actually move your legs freely. It's almost easier with a frame, but Farmers still you can move quite quickly.
And it's important to point out that the stones that they did this weekend, the Arnold stone, again is quite different to the Dinnies. I mean, it's similar. They're walking with stones, but it's different again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Different rings, different.
Like the Nicholstones, for instance, they're not that heavy actually, but they're hard.
Yeah.
They're really hard. Farmers vary. Like a long, thick Farmers implement is much harder than a narrower, denser type implement.
Yeah.
But it's just different type of challenges. You know, a Farmer's walk is going to set your normal type of grip strength. The rings, they're not the same as holding onto a bar, so just little differences, but still the same muscle groups being involved.
Levi, it's Claire's birthday today, going by the members only video. Do you do singing requests for members? I can barely talk, Levi, so not today.
But belated
we
happy
will
birthday
say
video.
Happy birthday, Claire, and we will give you guys a birthday shout out in the form of this t-shirt, because Levi and Claire own Smash and Pass, who make all these super cool gaming / strength related clothing. So there you go. Check out Smash and Pass and get Claire working hard on her birthday by ordering some t-shirts. But no, we hope you have a lovely day.
Have
Thank
an
you
awesome
for the
day,
chat,
Claire.
Levi.
And Levi, design a t-shirt for Liz.
Yeah, there's high demand. I don't know why either, but people want their Auntie Liz merchandise, and I'm not a creative person at all. Where are you going?
Don't know.
The wrong way. We'll just sit home and wait. Hey, love. Glad you've taken on commentating after your career. Can't imagine anyone else being so good, says Andrew.
Thank you so much, Andrew.
It's very kind, isn't it?
Very.
What am I clicking on? This one?
Oh, yeah, whichever one.
Okay. Daniel, hi, Loz. Do you have coaching spaces or are you full?
I do indeed have spaces. And if you'd like to go to my website, you can go through there and sign up.
www.laurenceshahlaei.co.uk.
So it's an interesting, it's very difficult at the moment. I do have a fair few spaces because times are pretty tough for people at the moment. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, I've had a few cancellations recently. So yeah, if anyone is interested, then I'm more than happy to take them on.
Now's a good time to sign up.
And I don't just train the Mitch Hoopers. I enjoy training all levels, whether you just want to enjoy getting stronger or you're training for a lower level competition. I get just as much out. I mean, Byron, I just saw, is one of my clients there. He's just looking at getting into his first comps next year. He's done a few like novice comps, but he wants to compete in the under 80 kilo class. And, you know, it's fun to train people like that. It's fun to train Mitches and, you know, Dave Walsh, who 646 kilos on a seated deadlift. That for me is fun, because training the disabled guys, you've got to think outside the box a little bit. You can't just go on your standard textbook lifting. It makes you think, and I really enjoy that.
Julie with a brilliant idea, a thumb with Mitch's face photoshopped on. I think the moose antlers might be too much, but I think I'm definitely going to do his face on a thumb. I can only do like the max file size is like 32 by 32 pixels or something. To do it like that is tiny, so I don't want to waste it with antlers that you probably won't even see. But yeah, we'll definitely get his face on a thumb. It looks like everyone hated the Stones this weekend, says Hedgehog. Do you reckon they hated it?
Look, even the guys that did well at it, it's one of those events. It's just not fun. You know, it's going to be painful. But you know, it's much more fun for us to watch than for them to do.
I loved it as an event, but if you go on the video that I put out, scroll down to the bottom where the most sort of downvoted comments are, and there's quite a few people saying, this is stupid, this is an injury waiting to happen. This is Strongman. Like, where have you been? This is brilliant. I love it. I love watching these types of events, especially something new when you can't predict. You don't know how it's going to go.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
I thought it was great too.
I would like to have tried it.
Yeah, definitely. Why didn't you?
Well, I'm not. If I lift something on a day with 3 days of commentating, I'll rip something.
You'll rip something. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
I don't lift anything if I'm not warmed up properly now.
The
days of me just going to. When I was younger, I could go into the gym, deadlift 300 kilos without warming up. Now I've got to go through a whole protocol of warm-up routines.
Yeah, that's true.
Make sure I'm very well hydrated and fed well and all sorts.
What a random question. Why is the British pound weakening so dramatically? Because we just had a new budget released. The general consensus is it wasn't very good. And that's why the pound plummeted. There we go then. I think this is the perfect time to sign off. Bid you all good night because it's late. My son is still awake. Oh,
he's got a day off school tomorrow, so he's okay.
Good. Well, I'm still awake, so we need to get going. But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you especially to Fred for joining us. But thank you to everyone just for every single comment.
Thank you, guys. We hope you have an amazing week, and we'll speak to you soon. All the best. Take care.
Smile and wave, and don't forget to come back tomorrow because I've got more content coming out about the Arnold.